There's a moment in every person's financial journey when money stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a rhythm. You check your balance one morning and realize something subtle has shifted. The growth no longer depends on how hard you work. It depends on the quiet power of what you've already built. That's when everything changes. In this video, we're going to break down the 3 money shifts that quietly redefine wealth. These are the invisible thresholds that turn slow progress into acceleration, where your net worth starts compounding faster than your effort. And once you cross them, your entire relationship with money transforms. If you're new here, welcome to Trip to Wealth. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe. It's one small habit that keeps you aligned with your bigger goals and ensures you never miss a lesson that could change how you see wealth forever. Let's start with the first invisible shift that happens before any milestone is even reached, the moment when effort quietly turns into momentum. In the beginning, wealth feels painfully slow. You save, you invest, you stay consistent, and yet the progress seems almost invisible. It's like pushing a heavy flywheel that barely moves. Most people quit right here, not because they lack discipline, but because they don't yet feel the reward loop that wealth eventually creates. The truth is, compounding starts out looking like failure. You're putting in the work and seeing microscopic results. But behind that slowness, something powerful is building. A rhythm of behavior that soon turns linear effort into exponential results. The moment your savings and investments start earning more than your monthly contribution, you cross an invisible line. That's the spark. It's small, but it's the exact point where your financial life begins to detach from pure labor. You've built a system that can grow without you pushing every inch. And that's what sets the stage for your first real milestone, the one that quietly separates financial stagnation from acceleration. Let's move on to lesson number 1, the spark that flips the game. The first money milestone that truly changes everything is reaching a net worth of $100,000. On paper, it doesn't sound dramatic. It's not financial freedom, and it's not generational wealth, but it's the most important psychological and mathematical point in your journey. Because at $100,000, compound interest finally wakes up. Every dollar you've saved begins generating returns powerful enough to be noticed. To get there usually takes years of sacrifice, patience, and saying no to instant gratification. But once you do, you've crossed a hidden threshold. Most people think $100,000 is just 10% of $1 million. It's not. It's the hardest 10%. The reason early money grows the slowest. You're doing all the heavy lifting while compound interest is still warming up. But now, something changes. With that $100,000, even a modest 7% annual return produces $7,000 without you doing anything. That's money working while you sleep. And here's what makes it powerful. You start feeling the psychological reward. You see the proof that time and patience pay off. It's the emotional validation that keeps most people from quitting too soon. This is where you stop saving and start building. The first, $100,000, isn't just a number. It's your financial foundation. It's the moment your net worth begins to move with its own rhythm, and your wealth journey stops depending entirely on effort. Moving forward, let's look at what happens when that rhythm begins to accelerate. Once you've built your foundation and crossed the $100,000 mark, the next major transformation happens around a net worth of $650,000. This number isn't random. It's roughly the point where your invested assets can generate meaningful passive income, enough to partially replace a salary or give you the leverage to make life decisions based on freedom, not fear. At this level, you begin to understand wealth as energy rather than effort. Your money isn't just stored, it's productive. At an 8% annual return, $650,000 can generate about $52,000 in yearly income. That's close to the median American household income, but the difference is, This income doesn't require you to trade your time. That realization changes your psychology. You no longer think in terms of jobs or careers. You start thinking in terms of systems. You ask different questions. How can I make my capital more efficient? How can I protect it, grow it, and let it fund more of my time? And this is where real peace begins to form. Because financial peace isn't about buying luxury, it's about buying options. When you have $650,000 working for you, the fear of losing a job or taking a risk starts to fade. You realize you could step back, travel, build something new, or simply breathe without the weight of uncertainty crushing you. And yet, even here, the story doesn't end. There's a higher threshold ahead, one that transforms your identity entirely. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. Now, let's move on to the milestone that turns financial stability into true independence. The point where your money begins to write your future, not just fund your present. The million-dollar milestone is often romanticized, but what it really represents is something far deeper than a number. It's a shift in identity. When your net worth crosses 7 figures, you begin to see yourself not as a worker who earns, but as a steward who manages systems that earn for you. You start thinking differently about time, risk, and purpose. At $1 million invested, even a conservative 5% return creates $50,000 per year without you lifting a finger. You can work because you want to, not because you have to. But the real power lies in what this does to your mindset. You stop measuring wealth by accumulation and start measuring it by alignment. You realize that money is not the goal, it's the mirror. It reflects your patience, your discipline, your emotional control. At this level, your financial security gives you room to think, create, and design your life intentionally. It's not about quitting the game. It's about playing it with peace. And here's the beautiful paradox. When you finally reach this point, you often realize it was never about the million. It was about becoming the kind of person who could reach it. After the $1 million mark, something subtle but profound happens. You stop optimizing for money and start optimizing for time. Wealth, in its purest form, is control over your hours. You understand that freedom isn't measured by how much you have, but by how little you need to compromise. At this stage, your financial systems do what they were designed to do: protect your peace and amplify your purpose. You may still invest, but it's no longer from fear or scarcity. You invest from curiosity and creativity. The mindset becomes, how can I make my money serve my life, not the other way around? This is the milestone most people never reach, not because it's financially impossible, but because it's emotionally rare. It requires you to let go of the chase and trust the process. You realize that compounding doesn't just apply to dollars, it applies to habits, skills, and emotional maturity. Every calm, consistent choice you made years ago now pays dividends in serenity. That's what true wealth feels like. Quiet confidence, steady rhythm, and time that belongs to you. Before we move on, let me share something we're building for you: the Trip to Wealth Command Center. It's a simple but powerful Google Sheets system that visualizes your money like an investor's dashboard. It tracks your income, cash flow, and net worth, but most importantly, it helps you see your compounding rhythm in real time. You'll see exactly where you are in your financial journey. You can join the early access waitlist below and lock in an exclusive discount. All right, let's move on to something most people underestimate: the emotional math of patience. Numbers make wealth look logical, but in practice, it's emotional endurance that determines who makes it to the end. The reason most people never reach these milestones isn't lack of opportunity, it's lack of patience. They can't sit with slow progress long enough for it to become exponential. But here's the truth: wealth rewards stillness. The market may fluctuate, your income may vary, but consistency compounds. Every month you stay invested, you're adding momentum to your future self's comfort. Every temptation you resist becomes a quiet form of leverage. The key isn't intelligence, it's emotional discipline. The longer you can stay calm while others panic, the more advantage you gain. Because markets recover, economies reset, but habits define outcomes. The rich aren't lucky, they're patient. And that's the final invisible rule of wealth most people ignore. Every milestone you reach is built on thousands of small moments where you chose to stay steady instead of reactive. That's how financial compounding becomes emotional compounding. Now let's recap. There are 3 money milestones that quietly change everything. The first, $100,000, teaches you belief. It's the hardest part because you're still proving to yourself that the system works. The second, around $650,000, teaches you freedom. Your money now produces income powerful enough to give you leverage over your choices. And the third, at $1 million, teaches you identity. You realize that wealth is no longer about money at all, but about time, peace, and self-trust. These milestones don't just measure net worth. They measure growth in awareness. They reflect the evolution from effort to rhythm, from scarcity to strategy, from working for money to letting money work for you. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to leave your comment below, especially if this video made you think differently. I appreciate your support more than you know. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay winning. See you in the next one, Money Magician.